If you're someone who's really busy and only has 3 slots a week to train, watch this video and we're going to take you through 5 different ways that you can fit in 3 sessions per week. On the board here, we have 5 different options of what will work. And if you wait around to the end, I'll show you the one that I use myself. So number 1, we have push pull legs. Push pull legs can work extremely well, and we break this down into your push movements on the Monday. So you're looking at your chest, shoulders, triceps. What I'd recommend is looking at around 2 movements each. Again, depending on the time that you have, we could look at a flat bench, we could look at an overhead press, we could look at a fly type movement, and we could then look at triceps, 1 to 2 movements in here. Depending on the time that you have, again, you could superset these movements, but this is what a general day would look like. When it comes to our pulling movement, again, we can have the pull day on the Wednesday. I'll look at 1 to 2 horizontal pull movements and 1 to 2 vertical pull movements. You can then look at the other movements such as face pulls, any accessories around this, face pulls, anything pulling in towards the body. We can then look at your bicep movements as well. And then finally is our leg day. So again, I would recommend the big moves first. So for example, your squat, your RDL, so you have a squat pattern and a hinge pattern in there. Again, going back to time, if we have more time, we can add in more accessories. So anything such as extensions, curls, lunges, calf raises. Do your bigger movements first and then finish with your accessories depending on time. Again, this can be supersetted if needs be. The con to this one, in my opinion, would be if you were to miss a day and things get in the way, you will skip an entire push, pull, or leg movement. Next up, we have full body 3 times. So we have Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Again, we don't have to necessarily be doing it on these days, but I'd always recommend if we can, especially with a full body workout, to give yourself that rest day in between if possible. So full body, we would look at, with the full body, we want to split it over the week. Again, we don't need to be squatting every single day within this full body movement. One day we could have a squat pattern. The next day we could have a hinge pattern, and the third day, for example, we could have a single leg movement such as your lunges, split squats, or a Bulgarian split squat. We will do another video on this full body exercise plan later on, but for now we'll just go through the basic details of it. On the Monday, we might want to pick a vertical pull movement. On the Wednesday, we might have a horizontal pull movement, and on the Friday, we can pick one of the other. Again, this is for busy people. This is not for a bodybuilding type split. And then with the Monday, Wednesday, Friday, we'll split it up with a vertical push, a horizontal push, and then you get the variety on the Friday to build that plan together. So it's very, very simple to do, and we can make up the rest of our workouts with accessories from here. So you could put in more biceps, more triceps, more shoulders if that's the thing that we want to work on. So if you split this out over the 3 days, you are going to get a good workout however you do it. Again, time-wise, you can look at supersetting these back to back. You could do a vertical push with a vertical pull. For example, bench press into seated row. This will get it done quicker, reduce your rest time, and get more done within that session. Next up, with our 3-day training plan, we have upper, lower, full. So we would break down upper day. So looking at your push, your pull, your arms, your shoulders. We would then look at your lower. So the lower day could look similar to our first option on the board. So a full leg day in there, a squat pattern, a hinge pattern, then a couple of accessories such as extensions and curls. And then on your full day with this option here, it may look like one of the options that we've done on the previous day where we've done 3 full body workouts. Again, a con to this particular setup. A good thing with this one, if you do miss an upper or a lower for any other reason, but you still get your full day in, you will still be hitting every body part at least once in that week. The next option is a little bit less, we haven't seen as many people train this kind of way. We have upper, we have lower, and then we have a weaker day that you can pick the movements that you are slightly weaker in. So again, you do your upper day, you have your rest, you then have your lower day. And on that third day, if you are struggling with back strength, for example, we can add in some more back work, some more pulling movements, some more face pulls, some more vertical pull, horizontal pull type movements. And then we can base that around the weaknesses that we have. If you have weaker calves or we're working around an injury to strengthen things back up, the question mark here, that is where you can sort of add in your weaker parts for that day. The last one that we have is upper, lower, upper. However, this would be repeated over a weekly cycle. So week 1 would be upper, lower, upper. Then the next week you would go lower, upper, lower. So effectively over that 2 weeks, you're hitting everything the same amount over that period of time. Again, this works for some others it's not going to work so well. All of these sessions can easily be done within 30 to 45 minutes. Okay, that is if you have the intention, you're not sitting there scrolling on your phone, you know you have that plan, you have it done, you have it written down, and you just get on with those movements. If you are busy, the bodybuilding bro split will not work, as that will ask you sort of 60 minutes plus per body part over 5-6 days per week, which if you're watching this video, it's very unlikely that you are. In my personal opinion, the full body 3 times a week is the best option for most. Reason being is that we're getting more volume over the week. So we're hitting legs multiple times a week. We're hitting the chest, the arms, the back, the shoulders, all multiple times a week without over fatiguing on the sessions that we're doing, because we're doing slightly less volume per session. So my full day currently, I would have heavy squats on the Monday, I would have heavy deadlifts on the Wednesday, and on the Friday there is some form of single leg movement. So that is kind of all my legs and my hinging patterns done first. One day is a heavy bench, one day is a heavy pull-up, and one day is more accessory based. So this works well for me. I can get the full session done within 30 to 40 minutes in around work, the babies, the dogs, etc. So this for me is the best option. And if I do happen to miss a day, I've still worked out the full body twice over that week. There are other options that we can do with this, with that three-way split. However, these are kind of 5 of the ones that we look at the most with the programming that we do for general public, and for those that are really busy and want to just get their workouts in without having to think too much. If this has been helpful, drop us a follow and subscribe, and follow the video that comes up on screen, as it may help you with something else that we've done recently. Don't forget as well to check out the links in the description. We have some free stuff there. We have some free nutrition help for busy people. We have some free programming help for busy people, and anything that you need will be found below.